One thing I've always struggled with in this life is being consistent as an individual. One of my biggest problems in this life is consistency, and that's something I've always known ever since I was little. A little jit, a little youngin, a little child. I have a problem with consistency, right? I can't even say the word properly. But yeah, but one thing I've always had a issue with is consistency. Consistency. And for example, this whole week I have not been to the gym. I have not picked up the camera. I barely prayed. All these things I usually do as part of my routine, as part of who I am as an individual. I have not been doing it, and sometimes I start to wonder if this is who I really am as a person and as an individual, or if this is just a persona I picked up to try to cover up who I am as an individual. But I know that's not the case, though. I know that's not the case because of trial and error. No matter how inconsistent I am with the gym or YouTube or filming or jobs or all this other stuff, I always come back to it. And it always feels like this is where I am meant to be. It always feels like that. So I can't say if I'm just putting on this facade or putting on like a faking myself as a person. I know it's not, because I have been doing this YouTube shit, or I've been trying to do YouTube for a long time, since 10. I think my first YouTube video on this channel you can see is maybe 2016, 2017, but it's been going on way before that. It's been going on since like 2007 or 2008. It's been going on way before that. But like I was saying earlier, sometimes it feels like, is this who I really am? Is this who I am as an individual? Is this who I am as a person? I start to question that, but I know it is who I am because, like I said, I've never gave up on these things. I always come back to it every single time. I always come back to it just because I feel like that is my core as an individual. That is who I am as a person. Even though you're inconsistent, even though you feel like you're not putting enough work in, even though you feel like you haven't put in the hours, the fact that you keep coming back to this, the fact that you keep this in your mind, the fact that this is all you think about, this is all your heart feels, and you keep always coming back to it and starting all over. You can start all over as much as you want. You can start all over as much as you need. But the fact that you're still trying is what really matters. And I'm starting to understand that. But at the same time, how many times do we really need to start over before we start realizing that that might not be who you are? You know? If that makes sense, you know, how many times before you start questioning yourself, questioning your own heart, questioning your own mind, will those questions, you know, become reality? And I know you should never doubt yourself. What you believe in your heart and your mind is who you are as a person. I do believe that. But how many times do you have to restart? How many times do you have to keep questioning yourself and attacking yourself for you to, you know, move on to the next step? And I think that's why I am at this point. I'm not gonna lie, I do believe what I believe in. For example, I'm 33 right now. I just turned 33 a month or two ago. What I believe in, what I want to do with my life and all that, it's ingrained, it's set. I've went to college, I've had jobs, I've done all this, but one thing I've always kept at the back burner is this right here. Me pursuing, like, you know, media shit, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. I want to do this, and like I said earlier in the video, this is something I've always been trying to pursue ever since I was a little youngin. So sometimes you just really get in your head, and it starts to mess with you. I don't even know to say what I've been thinking about, but it really just starts to mess with you, and you have to stay locked in. You have to keep pursuing that dream, keep pursuing that goal. Of course, in the real world, of course, keep a job, you know, take care of yourself, take care of your family, do what you need to do outside of this. But at the same time, don't forget the bigger goal for yourself, especially, and keep pursuing it. It's tough out here, man. It's really, it's really tough out here. But keep doing you. Do what you do. Be yourself. As long as you're not harming anyone else in this world, and you're just chasing what you love and what you want to do, keep doing that.